What is fascinating about the book of Ephesians is that in the first 3 chapters, he gives the Christian nothing to do. He tells the Christian to do, he has nothing to say about doing anything. In 3 chapters, he doesn't say anything about what we are to do. Nothing. What does that mean? It means you and I are called into a mystery of a relationship where God is desiring to reveal, to take the lid off the pot and show you who you are. He is hungry to show you that he loves you, that he called you before the foundation of the world, that he knew you, that he's not living in time and space. That I'm going to say something that sounds maybe heretical, but I think it'll be refreshing. Your sin doesn't mean anything to God. Your sin is nothing when it comes to his nature. Could our sin tarnish him, disappoint him, discourage him, frustrate him? Could our sin make him angry? Ultimately, I want to clarify what I'm saying, but I think you understand it. I hope so. What? Your sin? What? Your sin, on the other hand, of course, it is very serious. It is why there is so much suffering and disappointment and anger and hurt. And God hates it for that reason. But regarding his nature, your sin does nothing. It actually means nothing ultimately in him. For in him is light and no darkness at all. In him is life and no death. In him is holiness and there is no condemnation. The wrath of God, it's all settled. It came upon his Son. And all our sin was judged upon his Son. Now, what is he saying in Ephesians? Oh, I wish you would understand. I wish the lid could be taken off and you would understand the hope of your calling. The amazing I have no power with my sin nature. Do you understand that? I have no power with my sin nature. Tom, do not have power over my sin nature. I do not negotiate with it. I cannot talk with it. I cannot control it. I don't put it on a religious leash. I do not have any leash to control my sin nature. The only answer for my life is Christ. It'll never change. The only one for my sin nature is the death of the cross. When Christ died, that is where I died. It isn't even the prayer meeting, it is the cross. It's not even the disciplines, it is the cross. It's not even my highly dedicated commitment in my mental activity, in my mind, with the meditation of the Scripture and the worship of God in humility, and I am Spirit-filled, and we appreciate that, and that is powerful and very important. But this is a different thing. My sin nature is subject to no one. Only death is the answer for my sin nature. He said, it is finished. Look over there. It is finished. What does it mean? The believer now kind of like people say, well, what are you doing with your sinful problems and behaviors? And you kind of lean back in your lawn chair and say, I got it covered. I got it covered. Well, how can you have that covered? How can you live a godly, holy life with so much joy and happiness? You just lean back, put your feet up and take a little lemonade and go, got it covered. I got it covered. And they say, how? A lot of Bible reading, a lot of prayer, a lot of meetings, a lot of revival, a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication, a lot of sincerity. Nope. I got it covered. God's got it covered for me. I died. Now I live. And it's not just a cliche or a Bible verse that we frequently quote. It is called apocalypsis. Take the lid off and check it out. And you go, there it is. that big Tyrannosaurus Rex. And if he had a good vocabulary, we would say he is a thesaurus. And that's a joke. That big Tyrannosaurus Rex, that big monster, has been crucified with Christ. And he has no power, but he will come back to you. And he will whisper in your ear and say, all those things, you're just living in la-la land. I am here. And we say, I have died to my opinion and my view. I've died to my identity and my experiences. And I am alive in him. And you have no right over my life.